You forgot him. You pushed the signs away. Archangel Michael is not silent anymore. A dangerous shift is forming. He can reverse it, but only if you act now. 1 minute left. Open it fast. The heavens have watched, and the silence of the warrior angel has been long, but now his voice pierces through the veil. For too long, you have walked past the signals, ignored the tremors in your spirit, and dismissed the gentle warnings that came to you in quiet moments. You thought they were coincidences, fleeting thoughts, or passing shadows. But they were not. They were markers, divine signals placed along your path to awaken you. Yet, you pushed them aside, and the silence of heaven deepened. Now the silence is broken, because the hour has shifted. Archangel Michael speaks again, not with whispers, but with urgency. His sword is drawn, his wings spread wide, and his presence commands attention. He is no longer silent because the moment has reached its breaking point. A dangerous shift is forming in the unseen realms, a turning of tides that, once complete, cannot easily be undone. The heavens are unsettled, and what stirs now will demand your response. This message is not for every ear, not for every heart, but only for those who feel the trembling inside their chest as they hear these words. Only the awakened, only the sensitive, only the chosen will recognize that this is their call. The condition has been given: silence, stillness, and obedience. Not panic, not noise, not fear. Your stillness becomes your shield, your obedience your anchor. It is the unseen that tests you, and it is your response that determines whether the shift destroys or reverses. Archangel Michael has declared that the window is not endless. It is not open forever. It is 1 minute, a single breath of divine timing, a fleeting chance to act with faith before the door closes. The danger is real, but so is the reversal. The question is whether you will step into alignment before the final second passes. This is the threshold moment. You forgot him. You pushed the signs away. But Michael has not forgotten you. And his silence is broken, so that yours may begin. Type "I am chosen" in the comments if you receive this message. Blessing code 1122 is now activated. Hear me now, for the heavens are not silent, and the warrior of light stands before you. Archangel Michael, the defender of God's people, the shield of the righteous, the sword bearer of heaven's armies, calls you to attention. His voice cuts through the noise of the world, through the distractions that cloud your mind, through the shadows that linger around your path. This is not an ordinary call. This is not a casual word. This is a divine summons at the brink of a turning. There is a clock, and it ticks even now. Each second is a heartbeat of eternity. Each moment is a decree waiting to fall. In the next moment, something is turning, Michael declares. The unseen realm is shifting, the air thick with anticipation. The silence of heaven has been broken because the time has ripened, and delay is no longer permitted. The sword has been drawn, and the scales are in motion. Heaven's time is not like your time, but when the minute of destiny strikes, the shift cannot be delayed. You are hearing this because you were meant to. You are reading this because you were chosen to. Why now? Why this message? Because the Father has seen your struggles. Because the Spirit has weighed your battles. Because the enemy has tried to weave webs of confusion around your steps. And though you thought yourself overlooked, you were never invisible. Though you felt forgotten, you were always observed. This message has reached you not by chance, but by appointment. The heavens are watching your response in this very moment. The angel of war does not move without purpose. His presence here is not to inspire you with empty words, but to call forth a decision that will echo in eternity. You have been marked, not for destruction, but for awakening. You have been chosen, not because of your perfection, but because of your alignment with heaven's design. And yet, the choice rests with you. The heavens cannot fight what you cling to. The angels cannot war for what you surrender to fear. But if you yield, if you obey, if you hold your silence and fix your heart on the one who sends Michael forth, then reversal will flood your path like a river breaking its dam. Child of light, the heavens are not casual about you. The earth may disregard you. The people around you may misjudge you. But the eyes of the throne are upon you, and the angel's sword is drawn for your defense. Do not let this moment pass as another whisper ignored. Do not let the 1 minute vanish without action. For in this hour, obedience is more powerful than noise, stillness more victorious than striving, and surrender more triumphant than resistance. You are chosen. You are called. You are sealed. The angels are watching, the Father is waiting, and Michael has spoken. Respond now, for heaven leans close to your answer. Type Amen in the comments if you receive this word. Blessing code 1414 is now surrounding you. There has been a stirring around you that you cannot explain. At times, it feels like whispers linger in the corners of your life, voices not fully heard, but deeply felt. You sense the weight of eyes upon you, watching, studying, even plotting. You have noticed the subtle disruptions, a glance that feels too sharp, a conversation that leaves you unsettled, a sudden heaviness that presses upon your chest at night. These are not random. These are not meaningless. They are signs that something has been moving beneath the surface, waiting for you to either awaken or be swallowed by it. They know pieces of you, but not the whole of you. They know fragments of your story, but not the depth of your calling. They see your weakness, but they cannot perceive your strength. They sense your vulnerability, but they cannot grasp the fire that heaven has hidden inside of you. This is why their whispers are shallow, why their plots are fractured. For the truth of you remains concealed in the shadow of the Almighty, and only heaven has seen the fullness of what you are meant to become. Still, the unrest within you is real. You have felt confusion tugging at your mind, like fog rolling in to cover your vision. You have experienced silence that feels heavier than sound, as though something unsaid is louder than anything spoken. You have felt a pull, a strange pull, as if unseen forces were circling, testing, trying, pressing against the edges of your peace. And you ask yourself, what is this shift? Who is behind it? Why now? Why me? It is not by accident that you feel this tension. The unease, the emotional disruption, the inner trembling, all of these are the marks of a spiritual struggle. Something is forming in the unseen, and you have become aware of its shadows because heaven has chosen to awaken you before the moment of impact. It is mercy that you feel the unrest now, for if you remain numb, the shift would swallow you without warning. The questions that haunt you are not curses. They are the call of the Spirit, shaking you awake to what is truly at stake. What you must understand is this. Not everyone around you is meant to know the weight of your journey. Not everyone can understand why Michael has risen on your behalf. The mystery of this hour is not given to all. It is given to the chosen, to the awakened, to those who can feel the trembling of heaven's nearness. And you are one of them. That is why you are here, reading this word, feeling its fire ignite in your heart. You were not left behind. You were not abandoned. You were selected for this revelation because your destiny demands it. So let the whispers rise. Let the confusion stir. Let the hidden forces test. They do not hold the pen that writes your story. They do not govern the shift that is coming. The same angel who breaks silence to warn you is the angel who carries the power to reverse it. But he calls you to stand still in the storm, to listen with the heart, and to discern beyond the surface. For heaven's revelation is wrapped in mystery, and its unfolding depends on your willingness to believe. Type "I am anointed" in the comments if you receive this message. Blessing code 1777 is now alive in your atmosphere. Beloved, you have just stepped into revelation that few are permitted to hear. I must tell you, every time a message like this goes forth, it is more than words. It is seed. It is light breaking into darkened places. It is water flowing to thirsty souls. When you give through super thanks, membership, or even through the PayPal link in the description, you are not just giving to a channel. You are sowing into the fire of heaven's word being carried to countless others who need awakening. The Lord says in Isaiah, "My word will not return void, but it will accomplish what I please." And as you release, your giving becomes part of that living promise. I hear this in the Spirit. Your offering is not charity. It is prophecy, a declaration that you align with the light, that you choose to spread the sword of Michael's message across nations. Do not delay. Sow now. Release now. For as you open your hand, heaven opens its storehouse in return. Hear me clearly. The turmoil you feel is not merely natural, it is spiritual. The conflicts in your life, the sudden resistance, the unexplainable heaviness, these are not accidents of fate. These are signs that a war is being waged over your soul, over your destiny, over your assignment. You are not under attack because you are weak. You are under attack because you are chosen. The greater the call, the greater the clash. And every pressure that has been pressing against you has been permitted to reveal the truth, that you are more dangerous to darkness than you ever realize. The chaos around you has tried to disguise itself as coincidence. The setbacks, the disappointments, the betrayals, the closed doors, they have whispered, "You are failing." But hear the voice of truth. This is not failure. This is warfare. And warfare is proof of worth. The enemy does not waste ammunition on empty vessels. He does not chase after those who have no treasure to steal. He comes after you because you carry heaven's treasure within. He rises against you because your obedience threatens his hold. And the turbulence you are living through is nothing less than a clash of kingdoms. But you must understand, how you respond will shape what happens next. If you panic, if you lash out, if you crumble under the pressure, you give ground to the very forces that seek to rob you. But if you remain still, if you choose silence, if you stand in obedience to heaven's whisper, then the enemy's plans unravel. For silence is not weakness, it is strategy. Stillness is not surrender, it is resistance. The one who holds their peace gives room for the armies of heaven to fight on their behalf. And Archangel Michael has drawn near for such a battle. The heavens see every choice you make. Do not believe the lie that no one is watching, that your decisions are small and hidden. Every word you speak, every silence you keep, Every act of faith you take, it is observed by the throne. The scales of justice are in motion, and the way you respond in this conflict is tipping those scales. This is why the silence of heaven has been broken. This is why the warrior angel speaks now. Because the conflict you are in is not minor. It is pivotal. It is a dividing line, a deciding hour, a battle that carries generational consequences. This conflict is not to destroy you, but to awaken you. It is not to bury you, but to birth you. What you feel pressing against you is not the end, but the proving ground of your beginning. Heaven has permitted the shaking so that your roots would deepen. Heaven has allowed the unrest so that your faith would sharpen. Heaven has drawn back the veil so that you would see clearly what you are fighting for. This is not about what you lose. This is about what you gain when you endure. Lift up your head, for you are not fighting alone. The armies of heaven are aligned with you. The angel of war has stepped into your atmosphere, and his sword gleams with the fire of God's justice. The only thing required of you is stillness, obedience, and trust. Let the conflict rage, for it cannot consume you. Let the enemies plot, for their plans will fall back upon them. You are covered. You are guarded. You are chosen. The conflict does not define you. Your response does. And heaven waits for your stillness to release its might. Type "I am guarded" in the comments if you received this word. Blessing code 1999 is now protecting you. Listen closely, because the hour is narrowing, and the unseen forces are not idle. Even now, strategies are being woven in the dark places, alignments forming in silence, words spoken in hidden rooms. The enemy is not sleeping. He is plotting. He is preparing. He is watching for the opening, for the crack in your obedience, for the moment you slip into fear or distraction. For within hours, yes, hours, not days, the shift will deepen if you do not act in alignment with heaven. The pressure you feel is not your imagination. It is the sound of a storm, clouds swelling above you, heavy and ready to break. The Spirit says this clearly: the adversary has placed his watchers around you, waiting to catch your reaction. He is watching your silence, your posture, your stillness, to see if you falter. If you panic, if you react in haste, you give him the foothold he craves. But if you stand unmoved, if you refuse to release fear from your lips, then his plans stumble in confusion. Heaven has ordered that no plot against you can succeed unless you open the door with your own hand. And that is why this warning has come, to seal the door before it cracks. Michael stands with his sword drawn, but even the angel of war requires your cooperation. His hand is strong, but your obedience activates his strike. His presence is mighty, but your silence shields the atmosphere where he fights. The danger is not that you will lose. The danger is that you will move too soon, that you will speak too quickly, that you will break the silence heaven has commanded. For the adversary feeds on noise, but heaven moves in stillness. Feel the weight of this moment. A shift is already pressing forward, like a wave surging toward the shore. If unaddressed, it will sweep through with force, breaking structures you have fought to build, dismantling relationships you have struggled to keep, shaking foundations you thought secure. This is not to make you fearful, but to make you aware. The threat is real, but so is the reversal. The storm cloud looms, but it does not yet rain. There is still a window. There is still a breath of mercy. The heavens sound the alarm now because intervention is possible. If you choose correctly, you will not receive every detail. Heaven rarely reveals the full map in advance. You are given only glimpses, veiled clues, fragments of truth. That is by design, for faith is tested in the fog. Do not demand clarity when obedience is the answer. Do not wait for perfect vision when heaven only asks for perfect trust. The veil exists to sharpen your ears, not to blind your path. And if you listen now, if you take this warning to heart, the very storm that was prepared to break you will instead break open your breakthrough. Child of the throne, the warning is urgent because the time is short. Do not dismiss this as another word. Do not numb your spirit with distraction. You have 1 minute in the scale of eternity, and it is now. Align your silence. Guard your words. Hold your stillness. For the watchers are waiting, but so is Michael. And the strike of heaven is near. Type "I am ready" in the comments if you receive this word. Blessing code 2020 is now covering you. Now hear the counsel of heaven, for warnings are nothing without guidance, and fear is powerless when wisdom enters. Archangel Michael does not appear only to reveal danger. He comes to establish divine strategy. And the strategy for this hour is unlike the wisdom of men. It is not to fight with noise, nor to strive with flesh, nor to war with weapons seen. The command is this: be still. Be silent. Be obedient. For stillness is the posture that summons heaven's armies, and silence is the shield that confounds your adversaries. The instinct of man is to speak, to explain, to defend, to retaliate. But the command of the Spirit is different. Hold your silence, for silence is a weapon. When you choose silence, you deny the enemy the sound he craves. You strip him of the energy that feeds his accusations. Every word you withhold is a chain around his schemes. Every breath you guard is a barrier against his advance. Silence is not weakness. Silence is war. And the angel of the Lord fights strongest when your lips are sealed in obedience. Withdraw for a time from the noise of men. Step back from the distractions that seek to pull you into reaction. Watch. Observe. Pray. Let your inner gaze sharpen while your outer voice rests. The unseen realm is scanning your movements, testing your patience, probing for a crack. But you are not defenseless. Your stillness is a fortress. Your obedience is a weapon. Your quiet confidence becomes a fire that blinds the eyes of those who watch you. And as you step back from the chaos, you will begin to see the truth. Not every battle is won by striking. Some battles are won by standing. Archangel Michael whispers now, do not move when heaven has told you to wait. Do not speak when heaven has told you to listen. Do not fear when heaven has surrounded you. For silence is not only defense, it is invitation. In silence, the angel wars where you cannot. In stillness, the throne decrees what your hands cannot shape. In your obedience, the storm that swells against you loses its power before it can fall. Speak only what heaven authorizes. Pray with precision. Declare with faith. And when you have spoken, return to your stillness, for it is there that the shift reverses. Let this be your affirmation. No hand raised against me shall prosper. No word spoken against me shall stand. No power formed in secret can overthrow what heaven has sealed. Say it, believe it, and let be the shield around your spirit. Child of destiny, you are not defenseless. You are not exposed. You are wrapped in the wings of the angel, guarded by the strength of heaven's armies. The watchers may whisper, the adversary may press, but your silence will choke their plans. Your stillness will starve their schemes. Your obedience will summon the strike of Michael's sword at the appointed moment. And when the dust clears, it will not be you who falls. It will be every plan that rose against you. Stand firm, be still, remain silent, for this is the divine protection of the chosen. Type "I am guarded by heaven" in the comments if you receive this message. Blessing code 3030 is now sealed around you. Now hear this. You are not who they remember. You are not who you once were. The shadows of your past have no authority over the warrior rising within you. Every label, every insult, every accusation that has been spoken over your life was designed to trap you in yesterday. But today, heaven declares a shift. Today, the chains of identity tied to your wounds are broken. You are not the wounded one. You are not the forgotten one. You are the chosen one, armed by heaven, clothed in light, sealed with fire. The enemy has spent his energy trying to convince you that you are weak, that you are small, that you are unworthy of the calling upon your life. But if you were truly powerless, why would he fight you so relentlessly? If you carried nothing, why would the whispers surround you? If you had no destiny, why would darkness conspire to silence you? The very opposition you face is evidence of your greatness. The resistance you feel is the measure of your rising. Hell only trembles at those who carry heaven's fire, and you are among them. Archangel Michael stands to remind you of your true identity. You are not simply surviving this conflict. You are being forged in it. Like metal in the fire, every pressure, every storm, every attack is burning away the old and revealing the warrior within. You are rising with wings unseen, stretching into realms you did not know were yours. You are awakening to an inner fire that has waited in silence for this very hour. What was meant to break you is making you unshakable. What was designed to silence you is amplifying your spirit. What was meant to bury you is birthing you. This is the shift toward empowerment. No longer shall you see yourself as the target. You are the weapon. No longer shall you walk as the hunted. You are the hunter of darkness. No longer shall you bow under the weight of fear. You rise under the weight of glory. The same silence that shields you also strengthens you, building a reservoir of power inside your spirit. And when heaven releases the moment to act, you will not move as the same person you were. You will move as one reborn, as one rearmed, as one crowned with divine authority. Let your heart burn with this truth. You are not who they think you are. They see the shell, but heaven sees the flame. They remember your mistakes, but heaven remembers your mission. They recall your weakness, but heaven has written your victory. Step out of the prison of yesterday, for your wings are spreading even now. Step out of the chains of old voices, for the angel's sword has severed them. Lift your head, warrior, for empowerment is not coming, it is here. It lives within you, and it rises as you believe. This is the identity shift, the breaking of victimhood, the unveiling of your warrior spirit. Do not shrink. Do not retreat. For heaven has marked you to stand. Type "I am a warrior" in the comments if you receive this message. Blessing code 4044 is now rising within you. Child of destiny, now you must understand why the battle has been so fierce, why the weight has felt unbearable, why the silence of heaven has seemed deafening until this moment. It is because this conflict was never about your destruction. It was about your revelation. What you face now is not punishment. It is preparation. What you feel pressing against you is not abandonment. It is activation. The heavens have permitted resistance not to bury you, but to unlock within you the next level of your calling. Every warrior must pass through the fire. Every chosen one must walk through the shadow before stepping into the light. You have cried, "Why me?" And heaven responds, "Because your destiny demands it." Do not be deceived. The opposition has always been about your future, not your past. The adversary sees glimpses of what heaven has ordained for you, and it terrifies him. That is why he rises with such violence. That is why he whispers with such persistence. That is why the shift has pressed so heavily upon you. The very storm you fear is the proof for the gate you are about to enter. Archangel Michael declares this: the trial is the threshold. You are standing at the doorway of breakthrough, and the resistance you feel is the lock on the door. But every lock has a key, and the key is your stillness, your obedience, your unwavering faith. The resistance proves the magnitude of your coming release. The darkness confirms the brilliance of the light you are about to walk into. This is not coincidence. This is design. And you are in the center of heaven's unfolding plan. Hear this. Heaven knows your name. Heaven has written your destiny. Your story has been inscribed on scrolls sealed before time began. And in this very hour, Michael is guarding the gates that lead to your next season. He stands at the threshold with his sword of fire, blocking every force that would attempt to deny you entry. Doors that men closed will open at his command. Paths that seemed sealed will be unlocked by his strength. You are not wandering. You are advancing, even now, into the fullness of your ordained future. What seemed like silence was surveillance. What felt like abandonment was preparation. What looked like delay was divine timing. Heaven has not overlooked you. Heaven has not forgotten you. Heaven has hidden you until the moment of unveiling, and now that moment is near. Receive this prophetic revelation. The weight of your struggle is proof of the weight of your calling. You are about to see what all the pressure has been pushing you toward. Lift your spirit in expectation. For the revelation of this hour is that you are closer than you think, stronger than you believe, and more anointed than you know. Michael has spoken. The gates are guarded, and heaven is watching for your faith to align with your breakthrough. Type "I receive my revelation" in the comments if you receive this word. Blessing code 5055 is now being released over you. And now, beloved, as this revelation pours into your spirit, I must speak plainly. Every time a word like this is released, it is not just for you. It is for the thousands of souls who will hear it because of your obedience in helping spread it. When you sow through Super Thanks, through membership, or through the PayPal link in the description, you are not funding a platform. You are fueling a mission. The word declares, "He who waters will himself be watered." As you pour into the flow of this ministry, heaven pours back into you. I feel the urgency. Your seed becomes a sword. Your giving becomes a decree. It carries this message to those standing at their own threshold, desperate for the light of heaven to reach them. Do not delay, for there is blessing in the act itself. Open your hand and watch as heaven opens its floodgates over your life. The heavens have declared your identity, the angels have revealed your protection, and the storm has testified to your worth. But now comes the moment of activation. For revelation without response is wasted, and destiny without obedience is delayed. Hear this clearly. Heaven waits for your yes. The armies of God are not idle, but they move in rhythm with your faith. Your silence has been your shield, but now your declaration must be your sword. It is time to rise. It is time to speak. It is time to step into the full authority of your calling. Do not think destiny is some far-off dream that will one day appear. No, destiny is ignited in the decisions you make now. Heaven is not waiting for a perfect you. Heaven is waiting for a willing you. Every step you take in faith, every affirmation you speak with conviction, every action you align with obedience, these are the very keys that unlock the gates guarded by Michael. The battle was not to destroy you. It was to awaken the warrior inside of you. And now that you are awake, you must move with boldness. Declare with your mouth what heaven has written about your life. Speak over yourself what God has already decreed in eternity. Say it until your spirit believes it. Say it until your atmosphere shifts. Say it until every whisper of the enemy crumbles under the sound of your voice. You are not weak. You are not overlooked. You are not abandoned. You are chosen. You are guarded. You are sealed. You are rising. These are not empty affirmations. These are decrees that shake the unseen realm. When your words align with heaven's words, power is released, doors are opened, and chains are shattered. But it does not end in words alone. Destiny calls for action. This is the hour to align your steps with your faith. Do not retreat into passivity. Do not hide in hesitation. Heaven is watching for the boldness of your yes, and the moment you release it, angelic forces surge forward. Your obedience activates movement in the unseen. Your agreement with heaven unleashes favor that men cannot blot. Your surrender to divine timing positions you where no adversary can reach. Child of the throne, your destiny is not waiting to be given. It is waiting to be activated. You must choose to rise from the ashes of hesitation, to shed the garments of doubt, to step out of the shadows of fear. The minute is short, the window is narrow, but your yes carries eternal weight. When you declare, I rise, heaven hears. When you declare, I align, Michael strikes. When you declare, I obey, the gates swing open before you. This is not symbolic. This is reality in the spirit realm. And the time is now. Let your spirit roar with faith. Let your heart burn with obedience. Let your destiny be ignited with action. For heaven has spoken, Michael has called, and the only thing left is your yes. Type ISAYYS in the comments if you receive this word. Blessing code 6066 is now igniting your destiny. Even now, as you remain still, as you hold your silence, as you align your spirit with heaven's command, there is an exchange happening beyond your sight. Do not be deceived by what your natural eyes perceive, for what looks unmoving in the natural is violent with activity in the spiritual. In the invisible courts of heaven, decisions are being made. What was stolen is being weighed. What was taken is being demanded back. The adversary thought your silence meant surrender, but in truth, your stillness authorized heaven to negotiate on your behalf. Picture this: angels moving with precision, carrying scrolls, presenting evidence of your faithfulness before the throne. They speak not your weakness, but your obedience. They testify not of your failure, but of your endurance. And as the courtroom of eternity stirs, the hand of the Almighty decrees reversal. What was stolen is already shifting. What was hidden is already being uncovered. What was delayed is already accelerating toward you. The enemy's accusations fall silent, for they cannot stand in the presence of your obedience. Michael himself is not silent in these negotiations. He contends for you. He raises his sword as a witness to your stillness. He declares before the throne, this one has held their peace. This one has trusted in silence. This one has stood their ground. And at that declaration, the scales begin to tip. What was heavy on the side of loss shifts toward the side of restoration. What was bound begins to loosen. What was locked begins to open. The spirit realm is alive with movement, even if your eyes see stillness. This is the silent exchange, the divine mystery that occurs when you choose obedience over reaction. You think nothing is happening, but everything is happening. You think you are waiting, but heaven is working. You think you are forgotten, but angels are speaking your name in the courts of glory. There is a negotiation unfolding. What the enemy demanded is being denied. What the adversary claimed is being revoked. What was withheld is being released. Your spirit already knows it. That strange assurance you feel, that unexplainable peace that settles even in the midst of chaos, it is the witness of this exchange. Your spirit rejoices before your eyes see the outcome, because deep within, you already know, nothing that belongs to you is lost. Nothing ordained for you is gone. It is not destroyed, it is being transferred back into your hands. Child of God, trust this mystery. For while you stand silent, heaven speaks. While you remain still, heaven moves. While you obey, heaven wars. Do not despise the stillness, for it is the very place where victory is secured. When the silent exchange is complete, you will see restoration, so swift, so undeniable, that you will know it was not your hand, but God's. So stand, believe, wait, and watch. For what was once stolen will soon be delivered. And when it comes, it will not return empty. It will come pressed down, shaken together, and running over. Type IT is being returned to me in the comments if you receive this word. Blessing code 7077 is now working on your behalf. The scales of heaven are not silent. They are shifting even now. The God of justice has weighed every tear you have cried, every sleepless night you have endured, every false word spoken against you, every attack that rose to steal what was yours. Nothing has gone unseen, nothing has gone unnoticed, and nothing has gone unrecorded. Heaven's ledger is precise, and today the announcement is clear. Justice is in motion. What was done to you will not remain as it is. The betrayal, the lies, the schemes, the theft, all of it has been gathered into the courts of eternity. And now comes the reversal. The adversary thought his plans would bury you, but they are turning into the soil from which your breakthrough will sprout. He thought his accusations would silence you, but they are becoming the very trumpet that announces your vindication. Every evil work is being transformed into a blessing. Every curse whispered in secret is being reversed into favor. What was aimed at your downfall is now being redirected into your promotion. Do not think justice is a slow process in heaven. Earthly courts may delay, but the courts of God decree swiftly. Already, decrees are being signed in the unseen. Already, chains are snapping in the spirit realm. Already, doors are unlocking that were sealed by injustice. What was denied is being granted. What was stolen is being returned. What was broken is being restored. And the measure of restoration will not be equal. It will be multiplied. For the God of justice does not return what you lost as it was. He returns it tenfold, pressed down, overflowing, beyond what your hands can contain. The angel of the Lord has unsheathed his sword, not only to protect, but to execute judgment. The same watchers who whispered against you will watch in silence as favor rises upon you. The same adversaries who laughed at your pain will tremble at the reversal that crowns you. And you will not need to lift a hand against them, for heaven has declared, "Vengeance is mine, I will repay." The repayment is already unfolding. The divine reversal is already shifting in your favor. Take courage in this. The scales have tipped. The accounts are being settled. The wrongs are being overturned. The shame is being dressed in glory. The ashes are being exchanged for beauty. The spirit of heaviness is being replaced with a garment of praise. You are not at the mercy of man's judgment. You are standing under heaven's verdict. And the verdict has been released. You are vindicated. You are restored. You are crowned. So do not let despair linger. Do not let fear hold you. The evidence is being gathered not against you, but for you. The justice of God is not pending. It is present. And the reversal you have longed for is already in motion. Stand still, and you will see it unfold before your very eyes. Type "Divine Justice is mine" in the comments if you receive this word. Blessing code 8088 is now active in your life. You forgot the signs, but heaven did not forget you. You pushed away the warnings, but Archangel Michael never abandoned his post. His silence has ended because your time has come. A dangerous shift was forming, but the reversal has already been set in motion. You have been reminded, you have been warned, you have been strengthened, and you have been awakened. Now, you stand sealed in the blessing of heaven's decree. The message of this hour is clear. You are not forgotten. You are not forsaken. You are not unguarded. The angel of the Lord surrounds you, his sword drawn, his wings outstretched, his presence a shield that no adversary can pierce. The trials you faced were not for your ruin, but for your rising. The silence you endured was not punishment, but preparation. The conflict you endured was not evidence of weakness, but proof of your worth. And now the verdict of heaven has been spoken. You are sealed, you are seen, and you are sent. Walk in peace, for heaven walks with you. Walk in clarity, for the fog of confusion is lifting. Walk in strength, for the armies of God fight at your side. You will not stumble. You will not fall. You will not be defeated. Every word spoken against you is broken. Every hand raised against you is silenced. Every plan designed for your downfall collapses even now. You are blessed. You are covered. You are chosen. This is your closing affirmation. You are anointed to rise, appointed to stand, and destined to walk in victory. The shift that once threatened you has become the very shift that elevates you. Archangel Michael has spoken, and the word of the Lord will not return void. Type "I am sealed" in the comments if you receive this word. Blessing code 9999 is now surrounding your destiny. Beloved, as this word closes, I feel the Spirit urging me to remind you. This is not the end of the message. It is the beginning of your mission. Every time you support through super thanks, through membership, or through the PayPal link in the description. You are not giving to a channel. You are sowing into eternity. The light you have received today can be carried to thousands more, souls standing at the edge of despair who desperately need this prophetic voice. Scripture declares, "Give, and it shall be given unto you, pressed down, shaken together, and running over." Your giving is not a donation. It is a decree. It is a prophetic act that says, "I choose to align with the fire of heaven." Do not delay. For the moment you release, you open the windows of heaven over your own life. Stand with us, sow with faith, and watch the blessing multiply.